2 years ago, I made a video about this and showing you how it was really good, and I'm going to show you now how you were all right. Hi guys, Retro Tech Ralph here. This is the Seagate, the video is actually the Seagate 8TB backup plus hub HDD review. I will link the description, link in the description for this, or post it. I don't know which way around I can do this. This is basically an external hard drive from Seagate. I wanted this because one, it's 8TB, and two, there's two lovely USB sockets on the front. I never took the plastic off, so it's going to be almost mint underneath here. Yeah, I could peel it off. I am not into that sort of thing, and I don't know why people are. It's a bit weird. Everybody said on the review of these, oh, they're not very good. Oh, you shouldn't buy one of those. Nope. I bought one because I wanted an external hard drive just so I can put a lot of stuff on. An 8TB was good, and this was an absolute bargain. The problem with it is everybody seemed to say it'll last 2 years and it'll fail. What I said to that, how dare you, and 2 years later it's been failing. So anyway, the problem with it is when it's plugged into the PC via its USB on one side, and then it's yeah, there's like a mini micro and then an extra bit on the back. For some reason it doesn't always it isn't always recognised. So a lot of times you have to unplug the power and plug it back in again with the barrel connector, so and then it will be recognised, and whatever device in the front. I have my camera, which is literally this one here, charging up and data into the PC via there to do into here, into the PC to download files off the camera. The other one is to charge my mobile phone external, so I can take them out and do what I want. There are more USB sockets on the outside, which is good for me. Problem is it keeps disconnecting, so I have to power off and power back on, which is not good for the hard drive. So faults are going to be as a lot of people were saying that the hard drive itself fails. I think it's either the power supply is just not good enough, and this has been underneath the desk for quite a while. There's a lot of dust and crap on here, so this has been under there for over 2 years. It's a possibility that this is not very good on amps. It's a 3 amp 12 volt transformer, so technically it should be good. There's no earthing on there at all, but it should be fine for 3 amps. Possibility that just is temperamental and keeps shutting itself off. Could also be the possibility that this cable over here is cracked. I don't know, but it's not worth another repair to try and get another cable like this, and it's not worth trying anything else because we all know these fail. However, inside there is an 8TB hard drive. Some of these drives were a lot bigger and they would put 2 hard drives side by side, but this is definitely a 1 hard drive inside here. It's a 3.5mm, and I've already been inside here once, so this will come to pieces quite easily for me. So the front panel comes off, the shiny back panel comes off. They're all like that sort of squarish sort of shape plastic which clips onto the framework which goes around the outside. Once they come off, they are broken, but I have managed to get this back on properly. So I will take off the proper side you're supposed to take off, which is this bigger side which goes around the USBs and around the front. This, like I say, this has already been opened, so this should be easier to do. So what I'm doing is I'm going to recover the hard drive. The gubbins inside, I don't give a monkey's about. It's gone. The hard drive's fine. The actual mechanical side, definitely gone. This, if you're taking yours to pieces, this will not be this easy, because, like I say, I've already been inside here. The plastics are, like I said, these are the parts. They will break like that. So I can just go straight in. That is probably the quickest way anybody will have seen on YouTube to get that open. And there you have it. Silver foil on there, silver foil on there. The hard drive is quite warm, so I shouldn't, well, yeah, I should really do that with that anyway. So, rest of the gubbins. Take the hard drive off is these 4 screws here, 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 and here. That will then, this will slide off of this, leaving you with a circuit board with 2 USBs on this side that connects it onto there, and this part here for the power and the USB to the PC. Now, there's probably something on there that's failed. If it's something just as simple as the power supply is just temperamental, then so be it. But I wanted something better than this. Yes, I store quite a few hard drives. I don't like them plugged into the PC. I used to like them plugged into the PC. I've got lots of games, I've got lots of files, photographs, all sorts of gubbins on different hard drives to try and protect them. I don't like them being powered up on and off all the time. So what I do is keep the hard drives separate and safe with all the files on them. So I use external connectors for plugging in the hard drive with, but I want one that's going to be in all the time, because there's a lot of files on this I use all the time. But I also want to be able to use a second hard drive as well, and I still want the USBs. So this is my solution. The hard drive will come out of that. It'll just be pushed into the back of here, which is fine. It's just a straight in dock, but it will do. I have had plenty of these sort of gubbins before, and they're always kind of, yeah, hit and miss whether or not they work or not. I do like the cables that just come with, just plug into the back and off you go. Now, just to interject there, while I'm just, yeah, this is me from the future to talk to me in the past. There are other devices that you can have out there. There's one that is over there and I can't actually get to it. It's a blue connector, plugs straight into the back of the hard drive, which is great. That is always on both of my in here PCs and the one in the house. I've used these before. These are exactly the same as what the device I've just been using. This also does master disk and clones to 2, but I hate that. Same thing with all your things, but also it had a USB on the front. I took that off because this is just cheap, tacky, but it does work, but it's on USB 2. This is absolutely brilliant because it will do all your types of hard drives. It'll do your SATAs and your IDEs, both 2.5 and 3.5, anything and everything you'll want. That's a good idea as well. Also, changing the type of hard drives to whatever you want. These are very similar. That's probably better for a 2.5, but you can power it up, and yeah, they're good adapters for things. I use these for Xboxes, for changing the SATA drive to an IDE, so that the actual Xbox can read it, because it's old. So yeah, there are there isn't better. There are other ways of doing this, but I wanted something that didn't look cheap and nasty like this, but would actually work well on my setup. So yes, back to me of the past. This comes in the power supply. What voltage have we got on here? Oh, it's only got 2 amp. That's even less. I might use a different power supply for this. It comes with the UK adapter as well. It comes with a USB 3 to... use one of those USB 3s. Good. But it's only that big, which looks quite nice. I thought this would be a lot bigger. That's got a nice chrome edge around there. It's actually metal as well. That's really nice. This isn't a review that I've been paid to do. This isn't a review for anything like that. This is something I need. This will take a 2.5-inch hard drive. It will then take a 3.5-inch hard drive. These are designed primarily not to connect the hard drive onto that and leave it for months, years, or whatever else. Is for this little button here. Put a hard drive in, it will then press and hold, and then you clone one hard drive to another, which is great if you want to clone a hard drive to another hard drive. Fine. But this is not what I want to do. I want quick access to this hard drive, which I know isn't faulty, but I think either that's faulty, because the board goes all the way underneath here anyway for no reason. So a good possibility that, well, this capacitor in the back area is gone. But it does test perfectly fine, and I can't see anything on that board that's to blame. So the easy solution is plug one into there, leave it. Just leave it on my desk, done. And I've got 3 now USBs on the front. Not entirely sure whether or not that is simply just power. It looks like it's just a a standard USB. So I can see 3 pins inside there. These I've definitely got the 9 in there, 5 in the front, 4 at the back for a USB 3.0. So if that just does standard power, great. If not, I'll plug my phone in and I'll plug my camera in, and I'll have a spare one to charge things up if ever I want to. Back, you got USB 3 on there. You've actually got some connectors on the top there, connectors in there. So you've got all your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 there, and 2 underneath as well. So this is a USB 3, 12 volt power. And if I want to, turn the thing off. So let me take that out of the board and just show you what I mean about putting these in here. So this is now plugged in with the cables. It's not turned on at the back of here, but it's on the power supply. I've took the screws out of here. These, because this is definitely a 2-stage video. There we go. Take the screw out there, You can take underneath the circuit board. There are some parts in there, as you can see on the board, but they all seem to test fine. So I'm not sure what exactly it is with this. But I have an 8 terabyte Barracuda drive, which is nice. And I'm going to plug this. All they do is you have to just plug into and make sure it goes into, and that's it. That's all you do with these. So if I want another hard drive in there, so be it. I do have other hard drives around. I don't have one to hand at the moment. I need to check whether or not this actually does the USB, because I've actually asked on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Amazon, if the power one, which is the red one, does do data as well, and somebody did say yes, it does do data, so I might have got 3 on the front of here if I stop messing with my screws. So let's turn this on and see what happens. Got a power light there, got a disc light. I want to hear a bidding on the computer, which you should be able to hear. Disc 2 is functioning fine. You know what? I've actually muted the computer, so I never actually would have heard that then. So let's go to, on my computer there, my PC. I can't, oh there it is, my PC. So it's actually showing, and it's showing that 8 terabytes. So let me just turn it off. That's powering down, I can hear it. It's gone off of there. It should have gone per-ding then, for some reason. Let's turn some volume up on the computer. So power on the back. That was a noise, was it? Is that it? It's really quite, Windows 11 is just weird. I want a proper, that's it. So yes, it's connecting, it's trying to find it. I've got a C drive, a D, and an E. That's spooling up. And found it again. There you go. And now I've got an F drive, which is this drive is a full game archive anyway. So I do want this around and some other bits and bats for backing up as well. Second drive in there, I can just put one in straight away. I have a few spare. I have been hoarding for a while now. I'll put this one in here. It's another Seagate I got from a Skybox. A little bit thinner profile, but not by much. We'll just go straight in and you'll feel your way into it. It's that way around instead. Easy. So now it's disconnected the F drive, which is now there, and then reconnected that one as well. So every time you plug in and plug out one, there is a disconnect. But this will then have 2 hard drives now. When it's on the desk, it's fine, it's out of the way, it's done. It says it's dust-proof design. I can see dust getting into this quite easily. It is safe for putting these directly into a PC, but I want to be able to go, out it goes. The problem with that is it disconnected both drives now, and now it's reconnected this one by taking this out. Always be careful when you're taking out discs, because there's still spinning parts in here. Don't just whip it out and then throw it across the room. Leave it nice and gentle. You'll feel that when these are full spinning at speed and you take them out, there's a weird centrifugal weirdness to them. It's quite fun to do once or twice, just to feel it, but you know that there are moving parts and things could easily go wrong. So this particular one is doing that. If I did press that button and hold it, it would clone that drive onto that, and that is not what I want to do. So yeah, I've got my F drive in, which is that one in bay 1, and I've got the H drive now, which is this one, which is, it's just renamed the drive numbers, which is great, which is fine. This will work on an external hard drive instead of using the Seagate box, which we know we've got problems with, and we don't know what the problems are. I mean, if I could figure out what it was, I would. At the minute, I don't know. But like I said at the beginning of the video, is everybody was saying it's gonna fail on you, and it has failed, but it hasn't failed in the way that a lot of people were saying. They were going, yeah, it's definitely going to be the hard drive that's going to fail, not the actual gubbins. It would be possibly worth keeping hold of this and thinking, is one of these coils gone? Is the chip maybe gone? Is anything? This is too complex to actually, for me to do anything with. This is not my level of soldering. ZX Spectrums are my level of soldering. I mean, the old board is a little bit bowed, but not by much. It might have potentially cracked something on these fine traces. One of the solder joints on here might have gone. One of the capacitors might have blown. I've looked at all of these, can't see a thing on here. But it's fine, it's done its job. I've got an 8 terabyte hard drive just sat happily doing its due. That goes that way around. So I will probably maybe look at rigging this up to the PC in here and putting another hard drive in this and play about with this in the garage. This is for now my main PC in the house, so I can, when I want to. Yeah, it's nice. It's a weird sensation. You can feel the motor going around. But yeah, it's a running in the house. I've got 3 USBs on the front, which I need to check whether or not they do what they do. So let me have a check now while we're here. Now, we're going to try a little experiment here. This is rigged up to the PC. This is rigged up to this. This is my old phone. I do have my old phones in here, and I will put the new phone in when I go out. So I've got a little, like almost a tablet sort of thing, so I can do social media stuff in here. Plus, it's a 4K camera, so why the hell am I not using that and just using, yeah, using a camera up there? So what I'm going to do is plug it in the first USB port. This is what I wanted to ask, and somebody else said yes, it does. But we're watching on the charging port there, so I'll put you a little closer in. That's weird, it's showing purple. And there's the pole filter going for it. Yeah, ooh, I didn't realise that in the pole filter on the camera. It does that. Okay, so yes. Stop reflections and reflects light. So we're looking at the top of here anyway. So hopefully this should work fine. And maybe it's going to connect. That's connected. We don't have a charge because it's not actually charging. It's not, because it's a full thing, but it's actually showing it is the S10 on here, and that's fine. Have I got a video I can show you? Camera, no, yes. Okay, I have a few videos. I'm not sure exactly what they are. That's got a cat on it for a second. That's not going to help, is it? I don't even know what that was. That's kind of weird. So that is playing from this phone. It's not showing charge because it's not charging. Disconnect. Reconnect. Found it again. If I can only find the hard drive bit. Yeah, because that's fully charged anyway. So again, on the computer, it's not showing. It's not connected. Why is it not showing connected? Ah, it is. Drive. Done. Internal storage. So it is actually working. It's not charging up because my battery's too full. But this isn't the full test anyway. So camera, camera, camera. So going through. This is in the middle port, as you can see. 3-second cat. I think it's one of them weird videos that the phone does on its own because it feels like doing it. So yeah. Okay. Right, now what I want to do is, because these are both USB 3s, we can tell that by the amount of connectors in there. I'm going to take it out. It's disconnected. what I need to do now is put it into the other one. It's either going to just show for power, or it's going to show a USB 2. Now that's interesting. It's not doing anything. Okay, so it doesn't. So what somebody did mention is this will, you can use it as a standard USB and you can use it for charging. It's not. This is just a standard USB. I mean, it is lighting up on here, so this is a charger. Yeah, that is definitely not a full-on USB socket. It is definitely just a light, just a charging port on there. So that's a little bit of a shame. I suppose maybe I could make it into a USB 2, but for data and stuff. But I might just leave that as is in there anyway to charge the phone up, because I do need data transfer for potentially not this. That's gone weird again on the screen. Yeah. Potentially, yes, I do need data for this, but I'd link to Windows, so that's fine. But the camera definitely needs to be on for linking directly to a device on a USB. So okay, fine. So that gives me a spare USB on the front. This will be hidden away in my desk with this permanently on. So that's fine. That does work for me. There was another version of this that they brought out for the Fideco, which had USB on the front for 2 of them and card slot readers. I don't use cards anymore. See, that's fine. That knows it's disconnected, fully charged. So it's showing it is definitely. Yeah. Try that again on here. There you go. So it's put that on there for the S10. It is working, but that is just definitely power then. But that's fine. That's really, really fine. So this is going to go as a replacement for that. Like I said, the hard drive works fine. Everything else seems to be fine. We're not sure if it's that or if it's that. But to transfer that as a 2 amp, but this is a 3. I mean, potentially this has blown itself out because I was using for charging 2 devices and a hard drive. But having a 2 amp power supply on there, I'm not happy with. I think I might get another power supply, more amps, maybe go up to 4, maybe probably 5 amp power supply to power this. So that would make me happier having things on charge as a dock and this as a hard drive dock as well. So yeah, not exactly eating humble pie here, shall we say. It does work. It did work. The Seagate dock. I'm gonna look into that in the future for my own sake anyway. Whether or not I can use that as just a normal dock or not, I don't know if I really do need anything like that. Potentially, maybe. Potentially, I could probably do that and maybe plug it into the Xbox or something. Use that as an external drive. Maybe. But if it fails for me on one occasion with this, then it probably will fail on a different drive as well. So yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. And that is a good alternative to keep if your hard drive is working fine, like mine is, and keep that as is. So there you go. So with that in mind, these are on Amazon for I think it's 30. I think they're either £31 or the 27 or something like that. They're not massively expensive, but to be able to plug in USBs and one of these, it's good. What I will potentially do is maybe look inside here and disconnect this clone button, because I will never ever need that, and the potential for just tapping that is too easy to get this cloned. It's not too light either. I've got the power light there, this too. This will go, could go 25%, 50 and 100. This will show you when it's cloned from 1 to 2. So I don't want to lose all that. So technically I'll probably leave that in the port 1. So even if I do clone it onto something else, it's not going to really lose anything. So yeah, yes, you were right. Yes, Seagate stuff is flawed for some reason, but there are ways around keeping stuff. If your hard drive has failed in your Seagate, then yeah, if you've lost everything, do apologise. Not my fault, but there are ways that you can get it if you haven't. So finally, enough waffling. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Consider donating to the channel. Consider also being a patron of the channel. All the links are down below. So give us a shout. Give us some of your hard-earned whatevers and help out the channel as much as you can. And I will see you in another video. Bye for now.